My factory ordered high velocity yellow Rubicon is here. This is the vehicle that's gonna start dirt road cred. Let's jump into it and take a closer look. All right guys, well it is finally here. I ordered this one a couple months ago from my full-time work at Susquehanna, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, and it is in. This is the high velocity yellow Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Rubicon with a bunch of other goodies, including the Xtreme Recon package mated with the 2.0 liter turbo. Now this is a cool Jeep for me because as much as I've been into Jeeps, I've always bought them off the lots. I never factory ordered one. So with this one, I got it the exact way that I wanted it. All the trims, all the options, everything I wanted to put on it. And today we're gonna do a walk around on why I chose some of those and just give my overall impressions on this brand new Jeep. Now you're probably wondering why I ordered the Jeep with these. Bing bang! Plastic bumpers. Normally I go with steel on those, and I recommend if you're not going with aftermarket that you do steel, but in my case, I am putting aftermarket front and rear bumpers on, and to save a little bit of cost, I decided to go with the plastics. Now what's cool about these is they're plastic front bumpers. They come with the LED fog lights if you get that group. But what's cool is that when you take them off, you can actually resell them for a little bit of cash to help put it back into. I'm saying what's cool about them is they're plastic, you know what I mean? They're actually worth like $100 or $200 when you pull them off and put an actual steel aftermarket bumper on here. And that's exactly what I plan to do. The one thing I did really want was the integrated front off-road camera. That is something that I never was able to get on the Wranglers or Gladiators I bought off the showroom floor. None of them had it. It's not really an option that when a dealer's building out a vehicle, they add on to there, but it is something that I wanted. And for the $500 or $600 that it cost, it was a no-brainer to have it all integrated with even a little sprayer down there when you do the windshield washer. That's kind of neat and pretty trick on there, something you can't really add aftermarket. Right away on the grill though, you will notice this is the 2-liter turbo, but with the Xtreme Recon, it seems like they've increased the slots on the grill here. These are the same as the Gladiator, and that's because it does have the max cooling package on there, so it is integrated right in there with those LED factory headlights and front turn signals. I did do the full LED group on this vehicle just to make that a really clean look, and it's all integrated. You can't really do that aftermarket or even piecing it together. It does get pretty pricey, so you may as well just add it on there, and that's what I did with this one. You can see we got the vented Rubicon hood, and I will tell you, with this high velocity yellow, we're kind of in some dense tree area with the sun kind of peeking through. It's a good way to see how this color looks in the sun versus the shade. It definitely changes color, but I absolutely love it. If you guys hate it, that kind of stinks that you hate it, but I decided to go with it just because I think it was bright, and you can't miss this in the Costco parking lot. So that's the one big thumbs up for me there. Now here's gonna be a little bit of a controversial point. Let's pop the hood. And there it is in all of its extremely hot glory, because it's toasty today. The 2.0 liter turbocharged engine. This was my go-to for this build, and I'll give you some reasons why in some later videos, but today's just all about going over what I ordered, and now that it's finally here, the channel's Jeep. This is gonna be the thing that I'm wrenching on. I'm gonna be putting some parts on this engine too, and I'll talk about in some later videos why I chose the 2-liter after having owned pretty much every Wrangler engine. So with the now elusive engine cover that doesn't come on the 3.6 for 2022. Now I'm running my favorite type of doors on here, which is just about doorless, the Mopar tube doors. I wish I could have ordered this with the half doors, but unfortunately with this color, they won't let it be added to it. So I did the next best thing, and I pulled these off the shelf at home and installed the Mopar tube doors. The other thing I did with this is I did the color matched fender flares. Now I'm a huge fan of these. I like doing the color matched fenders and then the black top. So the color matched fenders with me, the nice thing is with the Xtreme Recon, they do give you these fender extensions to help keep your tires legally up under there, especially here in PA. But the black and yellow contrast on here just looks absolutely killer. There's enough black on here, and it flows really well with all the other black accents on the vehicle. Now for tires, we do have the 315/70/17 BF Goodrich KO2s. Those are a 35 12.5 in layman's terms, pretty dang close to it. And then we do have the Xtreme Recon wheels and tires. Now I have some plans for these wheels. I'm gonna be modifying them a little bit, but for right now, they look absolutely killer. They're the same as the Mopar Performance Beadlock, just with a dark graphite and then with a black ring and black bolts on there. Now this one with the Xtreme Recon does pick it up about 1.5 inches. And I will tell you guys, this sitting next to a regular Jeep, this is where it's at. You gotta add the Xtreme Recon if you can on it, because all this is factory covered, and it looks great. I mean, look at how cool those wheels and tires look. Now on the interior, I only did a few options, and there's good reason for that, is because I like to do a lot of aftermarket components, but for me, I like to save cash where I can. So as far as the dash goes, on the Rubicons, they come standard with the 8.4 as well as the premium audio. So that large screen is in all of the Rubicons. The one thing I did add on here, which is going to give you some more buttons, is the cold weather group. So heated seats, heated steering wheel, and remote start, that is a must-have for me, and I added it onto this Jeep. The other thing that will be a little bit different too is down below to the right of the Rubicon lockers is going to be your auxiliary switches. I did the trailer tow and HD electrical group because I think it is such a bargain to get all that for the price that the factory charges. And then you have those nice switches already integrated, and you can also activate them right on your 8.4 Uconnect. Besides that, I did opt for the cloth seats too. I love the cloth seats. Unfortunately for me, what I had to do on most of my other Jeeps, since I bought them off the lot, they all had leather. Now the leather is cool, but in the summertime when you're rolling around with that top pull back, it gets hot. If you've ever jumped in a leather seat on a hot day, you know your butt is sticking to it pretty well. Who knows, I might go maybe a little bit aftermarket. Maybe I'll do cat skins on these, or maybe some seat covers. We'll have to wait and see exactly how I decide to modify these, but I like to run them the way they are for a while until maybe they get a little bit more beat up or the kiddo in the back decides to spill something. Then I can change and make a little bit of upgrade. But overall, pretty standard interior here. The only other thing that would have been different, I just went with the standard transfer case, but you can go with the auto transfer case too. I like the standard one. I can move it into four-wheel drive whenever I please. Pretty nice interior though. I gotta say, I'm not hating the red dash yet. There might be some changes to that too. If you've watched any of my old videos, you've seen I've changed some of these interior things. I might change the dash. We'll have to wait and see. Let's see if I hate it after the first couple weeks driving it, and then maybe we'll modify it. Another cool thing with this, I did go with the LED group. I didn't add any of the safety groups or advanced safety, but you get the LED taillights, and on the Xtreme Recon, they actually give you the small spacers with the little Easter eggs on the inside that are imprinted. One cool thing on this one that I also did with the Xtreme Recon, you get the entire hinge gate reinforcement kit, which relocates the 35 nice and tightly against the tailgate, but picks it up and gives you a little bit more structure onto your hinges here. Nice little Jeep Performance badge on there. Same thing in the rear though. Plastic rear bumpers. So those are going to have to go soon. We're going to figure out exactly what we want to do. I'm going to give you my opinion on aftermarket versus stock steel bumpers, and then show you why I chose what I chose. So we have some big things coming for the bumpers on this vehicle. The only other difference on this, we will show you, there is the trailer tow group, which comes with your 7-pin and your 4-pin, as well as your standard class 3 hitch receiver on there. That was a must for me. I tow my off-road trailer. I also tow jet skis from time to time, and sometimes I just run like a flag hitch pole mount in there when I'm going to show, but I added that on. It's definitely a great value. Well guys, this has definitely been a fun one. I can tell you I am super excited to have this Jeep in my driveway. It was a couple months coming. I ordered a few months back and it finally showed up, and I absolutely love the way it looks. I couldn't have made a better choice of the color. I know some of you might disagree, but overall color is a super personal choice, and for me, I love the yellow. It's in our branding, it's all over the place. So for this one, I'm excited and thrilled to have it, but what I want to hear from you, what kind of mods you'd like me to put on this vehicle, what questions you have on the Xtreme Recon, maybe the 2-liter, maybe how well it holds up, the ride quality, the mileage, whatever you want to hear, drop it down below. We love to read those, and actually we base a lot of our videos on those comments. So I'll either write back to you, or heck, you might even have your comment with your name popped up on our next video. So definitely drop that below. I'd love to hear what you think about this Jeep, or maybe what you want to see for us to do in the future. This has been a good one, and this is going to be the vehicle that kind of builds this channel up. We have a ton of mods in store for it. I'm already building some of those out on some of the parts that we have on order, and some cool things that I'm really excited to show you guys how to get installed. Until next time, I am Matt from Dirt Road Cred, and it's time to get out there and earn yours.